Hello, my dear teachers. This is Meenakshi Narula at Mentoring the Mentors. And again, I have come up with another wonderful, engaging strategy. As you can see, it's PPPB. Now, what's that? When is to be used? Just have a look at the picture. What does it talk about? Commonality in our classes. What is common? What do we see? When we ask question, the students, they raise their hands. So here we are talking about no hand raise policy. No hand raise policy and how we can stop it. What is an alternative to that? Why do we need to stop it? Let us discuss all other things to foster student engagement in our classes. Generally, what happens in our classes? We do believe like high engagement classroom environments appear to have a significant impact on student achievement. But when we as teachers, we allow students to choose whether to participate or not. For example, when we allow them to raise their hands to show they have an answer, so they are actually, we as teachers, we are actually making the achievement gap worse because the children who usually do not participate, like we give them opportunity to not to raise hand and they do not come forward, and the children who regularly participate, only they come forward and only they participate and they share their answer. So let us think about some of the strategies where we should say no hands up, no hands up except when they have to ask a question, right? So we need to just change this strategy with PPB, triple PB strategy, right? So what does it mean? Is posing the question and then pause for some time. That is wait time. In the upcoming strategy, we will be talking in detail about pause, that is the wait time. Why is it important, right? And the third is pounce, just pounce and then bounce, right? So we will be discussing in detail what does it mean, how does it work, right? First, as a teacher, we need to get all the learners thinking in our class, whether we are having 25 students or maybe 40 students in our class. We need to pose question to all the students, right? Then we need to pause for some time, give some wait time, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. That is very difficult for all of us, isn't it? We pose question and immediately we want students to raise the answer, and that is difficult for students as well because it is very difficult for them to hold the answer, as and when they know the answer, they know that, and they're curious to share and they quickly, yes ma'am, may I answer, me. So just to avoid this, let us start with no hand raise policy. Give them thinking time, let them think the answer, let them talk to the neighbor, I mean the peer, the partner who is sitting next to the child, or maybe you have made them sit in groups, right? So let them discuss the answer, give them some time, and after that you need to pounce on any one student randomly to ask the question. And when the child responds, post that, you may bounce the question back to some another child, whether the child agrees with the answer or disagrees, or maybe he is having some another alternative answer. So to make it better, let us have a look at, first of all, the usefulness, right? This strategy, it encourages teachers to take risks and tease out the learning in the class. We just tease out the learning in the class and we take risks too, isn't it? Because uh, it's not sure, like we are asking a question to a child and maybe he is not having an answer. So no worries. We can bounce the question to some another child, right? So it also is a useful focus for differentiation by wearing out questioning technique. right? We are wearing out different questioning techniques and allows for more open questions. We are saying no to closed questions, right? This strategy basically is used for open-ended questions that is required, that is need of the hour, right? So just have a look at this comic, right? Comic strip, pose, pause, pounce, and bounce, right? So this strategy here, what is happening? The teacher is asking, posing a question. Now, for that, teachers should be ready well in advance with the questions. Either you can make some list of questions, or what I do is I have certain kinds of questions ready on these popsicles, whether visible or not to you, like this. You can have some questions ready, and you will be able to pick and choose the questions from questions, right? You'll be able to ask any questions. And then you need to pause to give students enough thinking time, at least 10 seconds, as I discussed. And then you need to pounce on the student for the answer. For that, again, you should be ready with your student's name on popsicles, on chits, howsoever you want to call out their names. Maybe you are having some list. So let us have some fun in our class too. Randomly, you may pick any one student's name, right, from the popsicles, and then you may announce the name. This child has to answer. But make sure when the child responds to the question, you need to discard the popsicle, keep it away so that you should be able to give chance to all other students, right? So when the child has answered after thinking, after discussion, right? During the time that you have given to your students, what you have to do to ensure more engagement in the class, you need to bounce the first answer onto another student instantly. Just pick another popsicle and read out the name of the child, and they'll be coming up with the answer, whether they agree or disagree. So whatever the case may be, so they will be sharing their own answer. Like, this is how this strategy works. Isn't it simple and sophisticated? This can be used as AFL, that is assessment for learning technique as well, so that you see, we can help address differentiation in the classroom. We can encourage more of the students in the class to take part, right? And we are saying no to the closed questions. This is how this strategy, it works. And moreover, when we go for no hands up, let me tell you, you have to uh, encourage your students to take part, and you have to make them understand, like, when we are going for no hands up, this doesn't mean like we want to embarrass the students who usually come up and who usually raise their hands and who are ready to have the answer, because it becomes very difficult for them to hold the answer, to keep their tongue tied. Like, see, if they are having the answer with them, it is very difficult to keep the tongue tied for those students. But you need to make sure like this strategy is being followed, so that I, as a teacher, want to make sure like participation in the class is not an option. It's not optional, it is mandatory, and each and every child has to be a part and parcel of the classroom discussion. So this is how you can make your classes engaging, enriching, and exciting, and you can have different kind of questioning technique. Just say with me, pose, pause, pounce, and bounce is triple PPB strategy, PPPB strategy, and that works along with no hand raise policy. So I hope you must have enjoyed learning about new strategies that I have been sharing with you. I love to share my learnings with all the teachers. Make sure if you are using these strategies in your classroom, you share the feedback in the comment section below. You share your experience as well, so that we can learn from each other. Also, if you really liked it, do not forget to share this video with other teachers in your circle. Let all of us learn together, share our teaching learning strategies, our experiences with each other to make this mission of SDG 4 quality education like successful. All right. So again, thank you all of you from Meenakshi at Mentoring the Mentors.